Okay. Okay, I'll actually, like, start now. I'll actually do the thing now. Hello. Hello, everyone. Boom, 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 boom. Let me, oh no, that wasn't what I was supposed to be grabbing, was it? This is off to a rip-roaring start. Hello. I watched Boom. I hope the rest of you watched Boom. Otherwise, this is going to be a really interesting streaming experience for you. Hello, everybody. I'll just put Steven Moffat over there so that he can preside over things. So, hello, Steven. Yes, everyone say hello to Steven. He's going to be joining me this evening. Alan isn't around today. More's the pity. So Steven will be joining me instead. Oh yeah. What do we all think of Boom? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I would also like to see the wheel rap battle Steven Moffat. I think that would be really interesting. Now that right there, that would be content, indeed. Let's talk about Boom. About Boom. I almost forgot Zack Snyder. Yes, everybody type Zack Snyder into the chat. Let's do it. Let's do it. Venga Boys out of 10. That's a really, yeah. I think that's fair. I think giving it Venga Boys out of 10 is a fair opinion. So yeah, the question is, did Boom live up to the hype? And that is the question that we will definitely be giving a definitive answer today. Doom. I played Doom 2016 recently for the first time, and I got a little bit bored of it after a while. I think I made it like 5 or 5 of them. I think it was alright. It wasn't a base under siege, but I want a base under siege too. I would love a base under siege. That would be sick. All about the base under sieges here. Zack Snyder's Boom cut. Could you imagine? It'd be 3 hours long and all of the new footage would be slow-mo. It would be magnificent. Magnificent. I would definitely give that a Venga Boys out of 10. Possibly even an Aqua out of 10. I like the Venga Bus. Me too. Black Eyed Peas out of 10. Yeah, it was quite the experience. It was quite the viewing experience. Was it good? Was it bad? Who knows? I've been waiting for years, still annoyed that Wild Blue Yonder wasn't one. I know what you mean, a little bit. I feel like we haven't had a good one of those in a very, very long time. What even was the last one? I guess if you count like the Doctor Falls, but if you don't count that, I guess like Under the Lake, For the Flood. I guess you could say Haunting of Villa Diodati, but then you'd really be stretching the credibility of what a base is in a base under siege story. So I guess not really. Fleshy Stone out of 10, and we're getting really avant-garde with this rating system now. I like it. I like to see it. I'd say the frog one sort of counts. I suppose, yeah, the frog one does sort of count. That's a good episode. So yeah, boom, 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 boom. I have a very strong opinion on this episode. It may be positive, but it may be negative. Ooh. Did I fucking hate it and think that it was a piece of trash? Did I love it and think that it was a piece of fried gold? Who knows? Who knows? Doctor Who Poop is continuing to cook so many great edits. Have you been watching them? I haven't been caught up on my Doctor Who Poop, unfortunately. They've been crushing the game with the edits, though. I came in like a wrecking ball out of second incarnation. Fantastic. So yeah, I I watched Boom. I certainly watched Boom. Also, safety warning: don't cook poop. Yeah, come to Something Audio for all the most correct life advice. Don't cook poop being one of them, in fact. But was Boom a cooked poop? Or was it a delicious creme brulee? That's the question. That's the question we're definitely going to answer today. Oh, I'm also going to do reactions later as well, so that should be fun. I'll do reactions to the things you lovely people sent in. Cooked poop versus battered poop. I don't know. Have you had experience with that? Because I fucking haven't. I've never tried battered poop. Anyway, yeah, Boom. I wish you could have made a priority. What are you talking about? I've had hot take after hot take about Boom. I've been hitting it with the discourse. What are you talking about? Have you not been watching the same stream? Oh my god, I can't fucking do it anymore, you guys. I can't fucking do it. I need to talk about Boom properly now. I wanted to see how long I could keep that joke going for, and it turns out not very long. I wanted to see how long I could do like a review stream without actually going one way or the other as to whether I fucking liked it or not. I like to call it Dave Rubining it. Right? Did you get any emails from gay people? Fucking hell. Oh dear. I remember that. I remember that deep lore. Ted has not emailed me, unfortunately. Maybe he'll show up today. You probably just summoned him. We'll see. We'll just get a little hello in the chat. Mr. TARDIS email. Yeah, that was a Mr. TARDIS email reference. Oh. Yeah, I see the reacts coming now. I'm glad that made you all smile. Made me smile as well. So what are we thinking about Boom? Seriously, guys, what do we think? Is Ted active today, or do I need to summon him with the... I don't know if he's active today. I don't actually keep track of you guys outside of the stream. I'm not in your bins, so I wouldn't know. Well, most of you, anyway. I might be in your bins, Lamb. Trying to figure out the secret to make you join the Discord. Alright, let's talk about Boom. No, I fucking loved Boom. Boom was sick. Boom was a really, really good episode. It was excellent. And I will be talking about all of the reasons that it is excellent, in my opinion. And a breath of fresh air. And the best piece of Doctor Who since the last time Steven Moffat wrote an episode of Doctor Who. We'll get into that. But first... 9 out of 10, in my opinion. I've watched it 3 times so far. Sick. Yeah, I haven't liked anything that's come out since Peter Capaldi regenerated, and I know that that's usually like a sign that someone is a terrible person, but I promise it's not, guys. I promise it's not. I also I didn't love most of the 60th specials either. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this was really special. This was a really, really special episode. Just because, I've missed when Doctor Who felt like this. Because, I don't know, when it hits right, there's, nothing like it. It's I got to hear a Steven Moffat penned, I am the Doctor, don't fuck with me speech, delivered by Shooty Gatwa. I was like, yes! inject that shit into my veins, please. Like, yes. I don't know. Yeah, like, he just has a way with like drama, and he has a way with like really, really like simple storytelling. I don't like when he gets too like clever for his own good, but I love when he just has like a single simple idea and like explores it. It's wonderful. And that was very much this. I felt like I loved that promo they did where they were talking, where they just had Steven Moffat being like, you know, you just take away the one thing the Doctor can do. And to take away that one thing the Doctor, well, to find out what that one thing is, you have to watch the episode, plebs. That was amazing. That was amazing. And that's the thing, like, you encapsulate it in a single idea. And the thing is, it's an idea that has, like, a bit of fucking guff to get around when you actually think about, like, the impact it has. It was a 9 out of 10, but there are several flaws, but they're overshadowed massively by the good stuff. Yes, that is an accurate opinion, yes. Yeah, every Steven Moffat episode has flaws. I mean, he's a very flawed writer, but he's also like amazing at the same time. A lot of really people who are really good at what they do are also very flawed as well, and are very flawed in their art. I don't think there is such a thing as perfect art. You know what I mean? Except for Chippendale Rescue Rangers. But that's another story. I really enjoyed the commentary on the military-industrial complex in this. It was very on point in a way that I don't think Doctor Who has been in a very long time. As someone who like kind of cares more about politics than they do about Doctor Who, I think that the messaging in this episode was extremely on point and very well done. I liked it a lot. I like the applicability, even though it was a political allegory, it also had applicability as well, which I enjoyed. Because, like, I mean, I'm a lefty, and I enjoyed it. But if you're a liberal, you can also find something to enjoy in this. If you're, like, a libertarian sort, you can also find something to enjoy in this. Those are the three that can find something to enjoy with. I think Wizards vs. Aliens is just a better reintroduction to characters. Russell's not my favourite on the main show. That's fair. I think it was pretty interesting in this episode how Steven Moffat was kind of couching on a lot of the ideas that Jamie Matheson explored during the Moffat era, as well as Moffat's own. I thought that was fun. Also, Moffat really does do all people who, well, he does! He really does. He really does. Like, it's the J.R.R. Tolkien thing, man. Like, there's a really reductive talking point about J.R.R. Tolkien, which is that he hated allegory in like all of his forms, and that meant that everything he said was on face value, which is an aggressive misunderstanding. I think a dishonest one as well. But what J.R.R. Tolkien was striving for in his works was applicability. Like, anyone from any walk of life can, like, look at the stories in The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or The Silmarillion, or look at that and, like, they can view it through a lens of where they come from and, like, find something to grab onto. Like, he's not directly commenting on anything in the real world. He's what's the word? He's using that and putting it in a mythic context that anyone can look up to and hold a mirror to. And I think what's particularly impressive about this episode, from like a metatextual point of view, is that it manages to be both allegorical and have applicability at the same time. And that's really fucking difficult to do. So, yeah, it's just very impressive. And to be honest, like, I didn't like The Devil's Cord very much. So, I thought it was a bunch of nonsense. And we'll get into that as well. But in terms of like what this story is setting out to do, like it's I kind of view what I consider good writing is when you have a goal and it's how well you achieve that goal. And in this, Steven Moffat tried to write a story with a single really simple idea and some commentary on the military-industrial complex that actually has like an answer as well. And he accomplished both of them amazingly. in like a really, really concise way. And I don't know, I love it. I love it. I think it's desperately what this season needed, because to me, there's a lot of talk about like what tone should be and stuff. I've noticed recently, like whether Doctor Who should be like dark, or whether Doctor Who should be like a shit space panto for babies. And I personally fall under the I don't know. I don't know. I think Genesis of the Daleks is a bit better than Delta and the Bannerman. I get that that's a controversial opinion. But and I get that people say like they can't all be Genesis and the Daleks, but like I don't know, because the Tom Baker era, like a lot of stories are like Genesis and the Daleks, and that was the most popular era. And one of the other most popular eras is the John Pertwee story, where every story is the same, and it's amazing. I think Doctor Who works best when there's like one consistent vision for what it should be, and that vision gets like carried out through the show. Whether that's like really, really silly and like kind of off the wall, or whether that's like really, really fucking disturbing. Like you can do both, but you have to be consistent with it. And I feel like this I don't know, this felt like a boot in the side of the season a little bit. Because, like, Steven Moffat is an insane person in a way, because you have to consider this as well. Like, Ncuti Gatwa is a genocide survivor, and Steven Moffat has the idea, let's stick him on a landmine. I don't know whether that was intentional or not. It feels very intentional, because it feels like they're trying to, like, draw from Ncuti as well. I don't know. But, this kind of, like, visceralness is, like, something that I felt like the show has needed for, like, a while now. And, I just appreciate it. I think even when Doctor Who is silly, it's best when it's got, like, a mean streak to it. And I just haven't really been feeling that with, like, the last couple of episodes. Apparently Russell suggested it and Moffat ran with it. That makes sense. Yeah. I think that Russell and Moffat both have really, really strong flavors of writing, and they both have really, really strong, like, directions that they want to take things in. And it's fun when they, like, work together, because they're both big swingers, you know what I'm saying? I really, really like this one. I like Space Babies quite a bit as well, especially on a second viewing. Even though, like, I still think the tone is extremely alienating, and I think on a meta level it was a bad idea. There's some really good themes in that story, and I love the fact that it's like a children's. I don't know. I made a review of it. Watch the review. It's a 6 out of 10, but like a good 6. Big Finish 6. That's the joke I make at the end of the review. But it's also genuinely what I think of the episode. I do think that this whole season has been a little bit too little too late, to be honest. Especially because the 60th, whether you liked those episodes or not, each episode in the 60th had like a lot of statements to make, and it made them in such like a strong way that Doctor Who was on everyone's mouths for that little bit of time. And I feel like we had that huge opportunity and like momentum to kind of make the show cool again. And because maybe it's a mixture of like the having to wait till May and like having these episodes come out at like midnight on iPlayer. But I've just noticed it just hasn't been on the same level, like culturally. And I hate saying that because like I want this show to do incredibly, and I want this to be like the second wind, and it just hasn't been. And one thing, this episode, it kind of makes me feel a bit bittersweet, because like it was incredible, and it was boom to me. Of all of the episodes we've had since the Star Beast has proven what Doctor Who can be. Because the thing about Doctor Who and the enduring appeal of Doctor Who is that for every shit space panto, for every bad episode, for every mid episode, you get like something like this. And when it's like this, it's better than anything else on television. I don't know, but it just hits different. As I said before, inject that shit into my veins. And I think most people will agree with that. Most people who like stopped watching will also say that like the David Tennant era holds a really special place in their hearts, because there's something about Doctor Who's like storytelling that just hits different. I think it's that mix of like I think it's that mix of it being kind of magical like a fairy tale, but also hard and unforgiving like sci-fi. I think it's that like when Doctor Who is like that, I've noticed it tends to be way more successful than when it isn't like that. And that counts for like classic and new Who as well. I think that it's definitely moved in a pattern. I just want to get the show again, wasn't expecting it to happen so soon. Also, I think Russell's sensibilities are different from the ideal just generally now. Yeah, I agree. It's a weird mix because on one hand, it kind of feels like he's being confrontational to be confrontational, but he also doesn't really seem to have a lot to back it up, except for like the kind of stuff that a 60-year-old thinks is cool. You know what I mean? Like it's got the camp factor, but it doesn't have like the cool factor. And I think that's a real problem, especially compared to like the David Tennant era. Because like remember the David Tennant era, like that informed like fashion normal people would wear. Like David Tennant like basically made it like fashionable and sexy for like dudes to wear glasses. Like he did that. You know what I mean? Matt Smith made bow ties popular for a little while at like student parties. You know what I mean? Doctor Who used to set trends. It doesn't anymore. And like that's especially like you can tell that them getting shooty, part of that was a calculated attempt to replicate that. And I feel like that's part of the problem here, is that all of this feels very calculated. Like my biggest issue with Ruby Sunday is that she feels like she was grown in a lab. She feels like she was artificially created to be a Doctor Who companion a little bit. And outside of the actual plot mystery, aside from Church on Ruby Road, where she's very strongly motivated because the baby's gonna die, she doesn't really seem to have much going on apart from like the plot arc stuff. You know what I mean? So that's a problem for me, I would say. There's little cracks in there that like bother me a lot. I think Wizards vs. Aliens really is his best work. It's emotionally him working out his feelings on Elizabeth Sladen's death while contracted to make a new CBBC show. Ooh, sounds interesting. You guys keep telling me to check out Wizards vs. Aliens. Maybe. Moffat writing after arrest is gold. Yeah, he was very good. It's currently not cool, and it feels like it's really trying to be cool. I think that's the problem, because like actual cool is effortless. You don't have to fucking try. Okay? And the problem like a lot of people who want to be cool have is that they try really hard to be cool. And that makes you fucking cringe. You know what I'm saying? And it's frustrating for me personally, because you got Ncuti Gatwa, who's like one of the coolest people to ever live, like playing the Doctor. Like he's definitely the coolest person, most conventionally coolest person to ever play the role. Okay? So like, why would you open his season with like space babies? Why would you open his season with like snot jokes and shit? You know what I mean? And Millie Gibson, poor Millie Gibson, getting fucking gunged like it's a Nickelodeon show. Like, why would you do that? And like, I want to talk about the Devil's Cord in a minute. This feels like more of a systemic dissection of where Doctor Who is at now than a review of Boom. But the problem is that Boom is really, really good, and I don't really have a lot to say about it, but I have lots to fucking unload about where this season is at, and it has frustrated me quite a bit. But I feel like it's difficult because you can't really have problems with it without like feeding into the negativity train, because like I'm gonna give you a truth right now. You know the people who constantly say Doctor Who is dead, right? Doctor Who isn't dead. The people who say that are trying to murder it, okay? And I don't want to give them any fucking ammunition. However, I also think that this run is being really severely mismanaged in some ways, and that bothers me a lot. Again, a Devil's Chord, I just take it line by line. I like musicals, though. I like musicals, too. That's not the issue with Devil's Chord. I don't know. We'll get into it in a minute, though. We'll get into it. I think it's because Boom has set a contrast between the writing styles that makes some things bolder. I think so, too. I think the level of, like, the level of gravity and, like, power that Boom has compared to the other two episodes is so stark. And it kind of makes me feel a bit down that it's just going to be Russell writing the rest of the season, to be honest. I'm a little bit cautiously optimistic because next episode looks like it's going to be scary Russell. And Russell is good when he's scary Russell. However, that could all just be a bait and switch, and it could all just be a fucking joke. We don't know. There's too many issues with Devil's Chord. There are a lot of issues with Devil's Chord. I would like to get into them, actually. Should we talk about Devil's Chord, esteemed members of the Paradox Society? Let's do it. So Devil's Chord. Kate Herron and her writing partner are going to do one too. That's true. That one is the wild card because I don't know anything about their work, so that could go either way. Which I guess also means that by default it's the one I'm most excited about now. It feels too corporate and as such is trying too hard. Imagine Boom as episode 1 and Space Babies as episode 5 or something. If Boom was episode 1, a lot more people would still be watching. That's all I have to say. And it would have made the Devil's Chord go down a lot smoother too. Right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Devil's Chord for a minute. Because I feel like it. Yeah, no, this is exactly what you start off in a season. Literally, like this. What's weird to me is that Boom is like the perfect Doctor Who season opener as well. But like, nope. Okay. Let's discuss the Devil's Chord. I keep biting my tongue for some reason, and it's really painful. Hope you realize that. Send sympathy. Alright, so to change the image to R2D2. To R2D2. Must be off editing to do. Enjoy editing! Yeah, no, talking about Steven Moffat, yeah? Take care, all. Take care! My thing about this one, okay, is I want to talk about magic. Because that's something very dear to my heart. Okay, so I am of the view that when it comes to Doctor Who and like magic and the supernatural, you can absolutely implement them. However, okay, you can't really do how would I put this? Okay, you can implement magic and stuff in Doctor Who. However, you have to give it rules and you have to follow those rules. Magic is there to be a form of science that the Doctor doesn't understand and therefore finds terrifying. Okay? That's the coolest way to use magic in Doctor Who, right? And also to give the universe a sense of like age and wonder and to make the Doctor feel small within it, right? Magic is not used to just make plot points not have to make sense because it's magic. So why does it matter? And I think that the newer season of Doctor Who is extremely guilty of just using magic as a way to not have to worry about plot holes, and it drives me insane. And I honestly find it a bit insulting, both insulting to my intelligence and also like insulting as someone who actually finds magic systems pretty interesting. Because Doctor Who has a pretty interesting magic system like baked into the setting, and to just like ignore that, you know what I mean, for the sake of something that's just, oh well, I felt like having this idea, I felt like instead of going so and but on my next beat, I decided to go and instead, and I don't care if it fucks up the cause and effect of the episode, I wanted it, so I put it in. And that's why there's a musical number at the end of this that's completely disconnected from the rest of the story, even though we could have had a Jinx Monsoon villain song instead, and you cannot tell me that wouldn't have been better. as I said, they should have done a Maestro villain song instead. That would have been better. And like all the people who like defend the musical sequence have not had anything to say about that point. That like it is definitely a missed opportunity. And to be honest, like, get a songwriter to like write your songs, please. You're not a songwriter, Russell. You don't understand how songwriting works, and it's very obvious from the songs that you've written. Please stop. I don't like it. I think Lawrence Miles' blog has the best treatise on this stuff. Does it? What does that say? When I suggested Boom as episode 1 on a couple of Discords, it was almost universally agreed with. I wish today was just like every other day. Today has been the best day. Shall I link the blog then? Yeah, you guys want to see me read a Lawrence Miles blog? I'll read a Lawrence Miles blog, sure. Song for 10 quote. I know it's a song for 10 quote. Song for 10 is good. Who wrote the lyrics to that? That's pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm not sure about this run so far. And like, is it going to recapture the public zeitgeist? Probably not, based on all evidence. And it worries me as like someone who would love to just talk about Doctor Who all day, every day. Because like, I mean, I gotta read, so I gotta start thinking about some other fucking franchises to start talking about now. Because I don't know. Because like, if this one can't like bring people back, I am not sure what can. Yeah, I really don't know, to be honest. And it scares me a little bit. It scares me a lot. Because I feel like it's very uncertain territory. And the only thing I can think of that, even vaguely reminds me of it is back in the 80s with Sylvester McCoy. If Doctor Who wanted to do a musical episode, what if it was like the Hollywood show one? I have not seen the Hollywood show one. I would love for Doctor Who to do a musical episode. I just would like it to be a good musical episode with well-constructed songs that that go into and out of the narrative properly. I don't want it to just be someone adding songs because they can to an existing not very good episode. Because that's just fucking lazy and shit, basically. I would like... You know what? You want to do a musical episode, go ahead and do a musical episode, but get someone who writes musicals for a living to fucking write it. Okay? That's what I would request in terms of a proper musical episode, because musicals can be incredible. Musicals can make the heart sing in ways that no other form of media can, and unless you get the right person to like do it, like, it's gonna be garbage. And like, I'll give you a great example. Have you guys seen Cats? Do you know what Cats is about? Have you seen Cats? Like, what Cats is about? Okay, so get this, for those who don't know. This is what Cats is about, okay? It's about a tribe of alley cats that have a special ritual where one of them gets to die. And they all have a talent show to decide which one of them gets to die, okay? That's what Cats is about. And, you know, it's basically doesn't really have a plot in the conventional sense. It's just a bunch of, like, songs that are disconnected. But when that bitch starts singing Memories at the end, none of that matters and it all fades into insignificance. And that, my friends, is the power of musicals, okay? And I don't know, I feel like one shit song that's basically Russell congratulating himself when there isn't even really a twist there yet. I don't know. I'll send a link in Discord. Sick. Let me just boot up Discord in the background really quickly, and I will grab it. And then we will look at that link together. Doesn't that sound exciting? I think that's exciting, personally. But that's just me. While we're doing that, we can go swing back to Boom real quick. I had a thought about something that I really enjoyed about this one. So when it comes to political commentary, I feel like Doctor Who has been off base for a while, and I particularly liked in this one the idea of like the military-industrial complex needing an enemy to fight to continue existing. Is some of the realest shit I have ever seen, and to put that in, to like sneak that in after like fucking Space Babies is wonderful. I am on live chat. I am on live chat. Are you not on live chat? Because that sounds like your problem, not mine. I'm fine. Yep, definitely in live chat. See? It's on the screen now. Ha 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 ha. Ain't that grand? So yeah, I thought this was certainly a rip-roaring adventure. Overall. Yeah, I like the commentary on the military-industrial complex. I don't know what happened there. My whole brain just shut down. It was probably because Discord was opening up and I got distracted by the spinning robot. And you know, when that robot spins, I'm out. That's it. You've lost me. You've lost me for at least the next 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'm not there. Lamb, did you send the link on here or on Discord? I'm in the... Wait, what? Did you try and send the link in the YouTube chat? Because I ain't gonna find that. Link was blocked. There we go. That explains it, doesn't it? I will take a look in the Discord. Because someone posted it in the Discord, didn't you? It's got about 9 million views or something. Oh my god. Oh my god. Scroll down for the bit I mean or search Quatermass. Oh! Wait a minute. Let me take a look in the screen. That is not the right Discord server. It's my D&D server. Let me take a look. Alright. Is it in stream submissions? Because it looks like there's new shit in stream submissions. I think I'm seeing it. Oh, the hilly one. I've seen that before. Yeah, where is I'm gonna need a link to this Lawrence Miles thing. This is now a wiki stream. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh dear. You guys really fucking love the wiki streams, huh? I've noticed it. I noticed the watch time on them. You guys go crazy for the fucking wiki streams. Which is fine, because I really like doing them. Wish I could do them every day. I really do, actually. I really enjoy doing the wiki streams. I wouldn't mind if that was just what this channel was going forward. I have a feeling there's a few of you that also wouldn't mind that. It is a good show though. I do think it's probably the best show on like on the channel. It's my favorite anyway. I love the Wiki Roulette. Batman wiki stream when I would be up for that. I'd be up for doing other wikis. We could just do roulette on like different wikis and see what happens. I think it's the wheel. I love the wheel. The wheel was a genius idea. Thank you, Who Designs, for that one. I will always thank Who Designs for the idea of implementing the wheel, because it was their idea. They did a great job with that one. Looking forward to the reaction streams. I've already put... I know! Well, I'm about to do some. I'm about to do some reactions, actually, later on. This was actually supposed to be like a mix of stuff. So, just kind of felt right. So like, yeah, exactly. If you guys want, I'll tell you what, if you guys want me to do stuff today, I'll just do stuff. We're chilling today, okay? I talked about Boom. Boom is good. There's honestly not a lot to say about Boom. See, I'm a shit reviewer. I'm really bad at doing reviews of stuff. I prefer doing like, because I don't know, like, I have opinions, but they're whatever. I'd rather like get creative with it and do weird shit. Like I like weird retrospectives and like looking at lore and stuff like that, and like little nuggety boys of info. I love that shit. I don't know. And comedy. I like comedy too. I like making people laugh. I like making myself laugh. So yeah, let's take a look. Right. Yeah, do you have that Lawrence Miles thing? Where is it? Because I need it. Or I can just search what? Quatermass? Is that what you said? Quatermass? 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 Hang on. If I search Quatermass Lawrence Miles, is it going to come up? Is that going to happen? Lawrence Miles blog. Okay. Thank you. Is it Lawrence Miles' Doctor Who thing? I'm taking a look. Taking a real close look. We're gonna see what it says on here. I tell you what, if you clicked on this stream, just looking for like a review of the Doctor Who episode Boom, surprise, I guess. If last posted was 2015. Yes, that is the right one. Okay, so where am I looking? What's the art? What's the entry called? That's the next bit of information I need, or like the date or whatever. Well, I am currently reading it though. I don't remember, but I have it bookmarked. That is awesome. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm certainly is a blog. Welcome to Doctor Who from scratch. I think I should probably get onto the reactions soon, guys. I feel like I'm not going to get to read the blog post today, which is very unfortunate. If only you joined the Discord lab, maybe I could read the blog post. Oh well. Sci-fi Iconoclasty 101. Thank you. Thank you. What is it they say? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. That's what they say, right? Okay, I've got the article. Lamb, would you consider joining the Discord? It'd be great to chat off stream and send cool docu. Yeah, join the Discord and come be our friend, Lamb. Come hang out. It's like your own personal Doctor Who fan club. It's sick. It's pretty cool. So yeah. I'm going to grab this really quickly and then we're going to take a look. 1 second. So many window captures. So many window captures. So many window captures. Not a particularly interesting viewing experience here, but hey, you know what I mean, you do what you can. So now I should be able to... Yeah! Sick ting! Alright, let's do this. Let's diggity do this. Okay, so this is the thing you wanted me to read, yeah? This is the boy. Oh, fucking hell. I'm a proper streamer, I am. I know what I'm doing, I do. It wasn't specifically this one. That is tremendously unhelpful. Okay. So, let's get on with it. Let's take a look. Okay. Sci-Fi Iconoclasty 101. The following article was originally written for Death Ray magazine, but ended up being too long to fit anyway. It's about the legacy of Nigel Neal, although readers should note that it doesn't necessarily argue with the orthodox version of British sci-fi history. You know, the version you get in BBC's 4 documentaries. Ooh. That was some shade being thrown there. I like that. Didn't realise this would be that saucy right out the bat. I love Lawrence Miles. He's such a lunatic. Okay, let's go. Join the Discord, by the way. Let's go. Between the late 1950s and the early 1970s, a sizable chunk of American society brought up to believe that anything which hadn't been trimmed to regulation length was either a sign of moral degeneracy or the work of commie infiltrators, looked around at the descent, disorder and racial turbulence at large in the nation, and concluded that the whole of human civilization was on the verge of collapse. With hindsight, this seems absurd. Less than a generation after the trauma of World War II, anyone half rational should have realised that what you've got to expect a few unsightly cultural trends and a modicum of writing if your society is in the process of reinventing itself. But America likes to think in terms of catastrophes, so 40 years on, the American right is founded on the belief that the 60s saw the world itself being brought to the edge of annihilation by left-wing agitators and people with loose morals. It's the neoconservative version of the story of the flood. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh dear. Meanwhile, in Britain, Nigel Neal also noticed the rumblings of the coming generation. His own reprise was to write Quatermass and the Pit, in which it turns out that humans are doomed from birth to hate, hunt and kill each other because their genetic development was influenced by evil tribalist Martians. These three-legged space grasshoppers have essentially given us original sin, and that's the real reason for the race riots in Mississippi and Notting Hill. We're just born bad, so self-destruction is all we're good for. We can probably assume that nobody on the planet has ever taken the Martian story at face value, but what's notable is that both these versions of human history come from the same core anxiety. In essence, both are panic reactions to an aggressively unpredictable world, in which a few local flashpoints are treated as proof that the whole of humanity is about to wipe itself out. This is some good shit. I really like this a lot. I really remember H.G. Wells' Mind at the Career. Hello everyone! I have returned! Isn't that exciting? I certainly think it's exciting, and now I'm going to read this letter from Lawrence Miles. We are indeed back. Okay, let's see. Perhaps the most telling case study here was his script for the final Quatermass serial made by ITV in 1979. Older readers may recall that in Britain the 1970s was an age of strikes, fuel shortage, power cuts and punk rockers scaring everyone's mum. Extending this into the near future, Neil gave us a dystopian society in which human civilization is on the verge of collapse, where thuggish working class youngsters in leather jackets rule the city's based, and according to the astonishingly po-faced opening narration, a primal disorder has been relentless. Okay, boomer. The thing to note here is that this seemed ridiculous when the story was broadcast. Never mind 28 days. Where's... Fucking hell. Is that this seemed ridiculous when the story was broadcast, never mind 29 years later. The suggestion that petrol rationing and a 10 o'clock TV blackout would lead to a new dark age was bizarre even before the election of Margaret Thatcher. But the real subtext of the 1979 Quatermass is that any world which involves Johnny Rotten swearing on television is obviously doomed to oblivion. Except that in the final Quatermass story, the villains are hippies, which is to say, the hippies are the brutal, mindless cultists who assemble at stone circles in order to worship evil man-mincing aliens. That was such a mouthful. He is critiquing Nigel Neal, known Tory, Nigel Neal. Okay, okay. The presence of malevolent flower children makes more sense when we consider that the first draft of the script was written 7 years before the final version reached the screens. But even in 1972, this would have been a dubious attempt at satire. The kind of hippie kids who like to paint their faces with yin-yangs and hang around ancient monuments have become positively quaint by this stage. Yet their sporadic minor skirmishes with policemen are taken by Neil as proof that Britain is a hair's breadth away from civil war. Then again, the story doesn't really make a distinction between the hippies and their murderous urban terrorists. In Neil's world, all latter-day cultural movements become indistinguishable, so the script can confidently inform us that there's no difference between hairy people gathering on Salisbury Plain and the Nuremberg rallies. God damn it. Speaking as a hairy person who gathers on Salisbury Plain, I am offended. So basically, Quatermass is just Tory Doctor Who. Is that what I'm like getting from this? Sweet. The fact that in the Quatermass continuum, only sensible middle class people over the age of 40 are allowed to be civilized. Anyone else is a walking demonstration that human beings are genetically stupid. The funny working class people whose home is demolished by a space capsule at the beginning of the Quatermass experiment are sadly the rule rather than the exception. In this fucking hell, that's true. Just you wait. Oh no. Oh no. God damn it. Fun fact, the allegations about Nicholas Briggs... What allegations? What allegations about Nicholas Briggs? And if allegations are true, how is that a fun fact? My God. Just you wait. Is this... Does this have to be a video? Guys, am I in a video right now? Keep reading. Maybe. This is a little bit, this is kind of a lot, I will say. I'll keep reading, though. I'll keep reading. You guys give me some, like, gems. Alright, so let's see. In the same vein, we should be thankful that Neil's script, The Big Giggle, was never filmed. The tale of a teenage suicide craze, it was vetoed for the fear it might provoke copycat incidents, but its embarrassment factor would have been far worse than its body count. This was the work of an author so dismissive of modern culture, and so ignorant of the real reasons behind these young people today taking drugs and starting riots, that he honestly thought teenagers were prepared to slit their own wrists just for a laugh. You might find yourself reminded of one of those 50s American information films about schoolchildren turning into psychotic killers after smoking marijuana. So, as in Quatermass and the Pit, anyone who isn't a mouthpiece for the writer is an ignorant savage with an urge towards self-destruction. Because far from being a forward-thinking visionary, Neil's work suggests the sci-fi equivalent of a Daily Mail columnist, an arch-conservative who considers anything new, alien or peculiar-looking to be as untrustworthy and ultimately catastrophic. Why then is he considered such a revolutionary? This is insane, man. This is insane. I tell you what, I've seen Quatermass and the Pit, and I definitely got a little bit of like a little bit of vibe from it. So it's interesting to know that that was confirmed. Alright, in recent years, there's been an attempt to interpret some of his scripts as pathetic. Most particularly his 1968 teleplay, The Year of the Sex Olympics. As this involves a futuristic reality show about a family trapped on an island with a goggle-eyed madman. It's said to predict the worst excesses of television in the 21st century, but few people who've actually watched it can take this claim seriously. In 1968, the idea of TV as a voyeurish form of cruelty was already an old one. Part both in sci-fi and in mainstream culture. And the death game in Sex Olympics bears so little relation to Celebrity Love Island that it's hard to see the program as a warning from history, even if you can get over the sight of Leonard Rossiter slouching around in a Bako foil Kafkan. No, the real reason for Neil's reputation is a sentimental one. For the British geek, he's become a figurehead of serious science fiction drama, a sign that we were always so much more grown up than the Americans. In particular, the original Quatermass experiment, vintage 1953, is remembered as BBC's first serious attempt at sci-fi. The problem is that this folk memory isn't supported by the programme's content. Take away the surface layer of middle-class smugness, and there's virtually nothing to differentiate it from a 50s American B-movie. It's certainly far less intelligent, and a great deal more reactionary than Hollywood's It Came From Outer Space, made in the same year. When Hammer Films remade The Serial as a feature film in 1955, they turned Professor Quatermass into an American, and the result doesn't even pretend to be anything other than low-budget sci-fi schlock. It's worth noting that the 1985 edition of the science fiction film Sourcebook, published before Neil was reinvented as a prophet, describes Brian Dunlop's performance in the movie as giving what was otherwise an undistinguished storyline a touch of authority. There is quite rightly no suggestion that this is anything other than a monster movie runaround. Yeah, basically. For those who haven't seen Quatermass in the Pit, you know the demons, the Doctor Who story? The demons? It's that, but like not as good, basically. And like way more dodgy. All of the stuff this guy's saying is true. This is really good. Let's see. Beyond where was it? Here we are. Okay. A side note here. The serial's one original feature, as Neil himself liked to point out, is that the slimy tentacled space fungus doesn't get blown up in the final episode. Instead, Quatermass appeals to its humanity and convinces it to commit suicide. This is apparently supposed to be a moral victory, yet it's blatantly just the standard all aliens are evil and must die shtick, dressed up in such a way that the central character doesn't get blood on his hands, which is a very middle class indeed, as well as being a massive ethical cop-out. That's really true. Beyond sentimentality, what do we have? The original Quatermass serials were the talk of the nation in the 1950s. It's true, yet their success lay in the context rather than the content. Look at it from the perspective of a viewer in 1953. You haven't had much time to get used to television as a physical presence, let alone the root of all popular culture. What's more, it's been terribly polite so far. Presenters talking in their best reefs and doing absolutely nothing that might frighten the horses. Then, all of a sudden, one night, when nothing's protecting you from the darkness outside except a pair of curtains and a wall of fog, there's a program on the BBC that starts with a juddering dun 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 of Holt's Mars and then shows you something nasty creeping around Middle England. Now you're seeing scary things at the cinema, and nothing about this killer from outer space concept is particularly shocking, but in your own home? Here it's a kind of transgression. For the first time, monsters are being pumped straight into your living room in creepy 405 line black and white, rather than existing on the big screen and at a safe cultural distance. This is why Quatermass worked. It turned fear of the unknown into something domestic, by its very nature rather than by its story. We shouldn't pretend 50 years on that the script was in any way revolutionary. As BBC Three's wholly pointless remake proved in 2005, it just wasn't. Take away the 50s viewing environment and you're left with a big ugly lump of unlikely situations and bad dialogue. He's going in, man. He's going in. Yeah, when does this become about Doctor Who? Because I'm almost at the end. What then has been the real legacy of Nigel Neal's work? The answer is tragically that it's been almost entirely negative. The Quatermass serials have left us with a vague sense of superiority without prompting us to question their meaning, and it's a poor sort of television that only inspires mistrust. Neal's vision is an insular, mean-spirited one, in which everything unfamiliar is a threat. All human endeavour is worthless, if not actively dangerous, and anything which goes against the principles of old-school Britishness must be destroyed. It's significant that when Doctor Who explicitly began copying the Quatermass format in the 1970s, during one of the programme's most formulaic phases, the writers at least acknowledged the flaws in Neal's design by raising the possibility that aliens aren't necessarily all man-eating predators and that progress isn't necessarily a dead end. After all, Doctor Who came from a more heterodox, outward-looking, big R romantic tradition of sci-fi, which is why Neal hated it. Morally and philosophically, these programs are polar opposites. But in the 30 years since, British sci-fi writers have begun to copy Neal's formula by rote, and the belief that anything in the Quatermass tradition is somehow worthy of truth. The scripts are no more insightful than the 50s notion that alien invaders equal filthy communists, or any other kind of tabloid scaremongering. And if one message comes through in his work again and again, then it isn't think about the future, but turn the radio down, you bloody kids. Cool. That was a cool article. I enjoyed it. I agree. I definitely noticed some of that stuff myself, even now. Have you ever thought about how, say tomorrow aliens landed, like an advanced alien civilization lands, right? And they're like, okay, you can join the Galactic Federation, but first, we have to check your media to make sure that you're not aggressively racist against aliens. How do you think that's going to pan out when they find Doctor Who? The Nicholas Briggs stuff is in a different article, never mind. Basically, it's that he thinks Doctor Who descended directly from Quatermass rather than flipping it and making it better. I can see that. I definitely think that's an issue I have with Doctor Who. Like, why is it weird when an alien race in Doctor Who is like not hostile or aggressive? Why is it like unusual? You know what I mean? And like, even when an alien is friendly, they're just a human actor with like some bumps on their forehead or whatever. There's definitely like a problem in like Doctor Who, and I do agree that it kind of stems from this like very like middle class idea, and this very like old Victorian idea as well. Yeah, I don't know, it is very reactionary, and it's also kind of irresponsible as well. Yeah, I guess hitting the nail on the head there, Lawrence Miles. Can't really disagree with that. Unquiet Dead article has the allegations, by the way. Oh my goodness. There, I'm typing it in all caps. I'll find it. Is it his review of the episode, The Unquiet Dead? Which one is it? Because I typed in Unquiet Dead and I'm getting multiple results now. The first one was the one I originally meant. Oh, what, this one? This is long. This is very long. Okay. I'll do it, but after that we're doing reactions to like funny things. Alright. Look, I was only 8. However half-baked and unconvincingly monstered it may seem now, the fact that is that episode 1 of The Leisure Hive just freaked me out. It wasn't that the woo title sequence I'd known all my life was suddenly replaced by a phew one, or that the set suddenly involved actual colours rather than late 70s regulation spaceship grey, or the incidental music sounded like Brian Eno rather than Tenko. It was the cliffhanger. The Doctor got his arms and legs ripped off, for God's sake. Yeah, that's really good, to be fair. good light reading. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, I noticed that everyone other than you has left though. You sure it's good light reading? I'm doing it today just for you. Okay? Oh god. There are 4 people I can see. Oh, really? Alright, let's do this. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll find it. I promise. What is all this now? What is happening to me? 4 people that I can see. Okay. Let me take a looky look. Where am I meant? What window even is that for a start? Let's close that. Get that shit out of here. 1 second. 1 second, people. I had it like perfect too. That's really frustrating. That's not it. There we go. There we go. Lawrence Miles' blog. We're back on it now. It's not enthralling enough for stream IMO. I know! It's really not. It's really not. And to be honest, my mouth really hurts now and is really dry after all that reading. I do think it's kind of interesting though. Yeah, silly music is more engaging probably. I mean, I don't know. I need to worry about people wanting to watch my stream. I gotta read. I gotta read. And it seems like Doctor Who is only ever going to be incredibly niche now. So, getting incredibly niche into the incredibly niche stuff in Doctor Who, like, can only go so far. You know what I'm saying? Let's do some reactions. Let's do some reactions. There. Wait, no. There we go. Nope. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is some stuff that's been submitted by some people on the in the Discord. Join the Discord, by the way. Who's got the playlist? I've got the playlist. And there are 14 videos in it right now. And I'll go through those, and then after that we'll see where we are. Right. How do we add to it? You join the Discord, and then you post it in stream submissions. Okay. I remember hearing about this from years ago. The Doctor Who anime with John Pertwee in it. I mean, I've never seen it before. I'm excited to see how this turns out.
Just take a quick look around. I must say this is almost impressive.
That's really cool. I love that. I love that they're using clips of his voice as well. That's like pure fire. Yeah. This is a banger.
It's not Halloween, mate. It's not Halloween.
You got any money for us, mate? You got any money on you? Can you give us some?
And if I don't, what will you do?
Gonna smash your face in, mate.
Alright, come on, let's get it over with.
Like every fucking mid-2000s superhero movie, there has to be a bit where the superhero just beats up some random guys at a bar. I love it. I love it. Magnificent. It's fucking awesome, man. I fucking love this. This is amazing. What the fuck was that? That's sick. That's sick. They look fucking great. I love it. Why? Why? What does that have to do with Doctor Who?
For heaven's sake, I'll go and put something warm on.
I'm glad that he had sass about it, because that was absolutely ridiculous. Oh no! What could M mean?
Oh, my dear doctor, you have been naive.
Yay! It's your boy! Choop choop! Fucking silly. Okay, yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Oh god. You got to see. Yeah. I am not getting motion array. Fuck off. Stop sending me motion array ads. I don't want them. Why is it doing that now? Hold on. There you go. That's good. That's good. I really like the I really like this a lot. This is really clever. Ah, fucking hell. Okay, that is amazing. The layers to that were incredible. That was just art. That was art. It was this Tyrone Deese. That was incredible. That was amazing. And you deserve 10 times more subscribers than you have. Just molto bene. That was wonderful. Okay, let's watch the next one, shall we? Unironically though, that's like really impressive because he's like fighting air the entire time that he's like pushing it out. That's really good. There's this great video called Doctor Who from Scratch Part 5. That is true. Doctor Who from Scratch Part 5 is a really good one. Okay, I'm gonna skip around. Because we all know the part that you actually give a fuck about, which is when he makes the condom get like this big. So let's watch the bit where he makes the condom get this big. Do you think his favourite musician is Johnny Coltrane? Hey, that was perfect timing. Okay. Okay, next up. Next up.
It's hard to believe that Mint Mobile can get any better, but really, all it...
So, anyway, this is not an ad. This is Ryan Reynolds in a YouTube ad. You're just going to have to ignore that for a second, unfortunately. But that's okay, because I'm here and I am at least 13% as entertaining. It's fine. It's fine. You're all fine. You're all fine. So this little gem. A lot of ads, by the way, I'm noticing. Like, literally like an ad for every video, and that's a bit depressing, to be honest. This one looks like it's going to be fun. This appears to be Dark Side from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Going to be interesting to see where this one goes. Alright. That was my commentary.
This kid's like a me with his balls wrapped in wow! Tight, yeah!
Oh, I love Breaking Bad so much.
Yellow, pink. Whatever, man, just keep bringing me that. I don't even know who you are. Damn, man, look at that, look!
That's so good. That's so good. I love this so much.
Subscribe, motherfucker.
Oh, that was really fucking good. That was so good. Oh, fuck. Oh, I think my appendix just burst. I'm in terrible pain. Alright, let's go. Let's watch this one. Spider-Man and escapes the back rooms. Found footage. Oh no.
Hey, suit lady. How long you been
I don't think you're gonna get much help from Suit Lady.
here anyway?
37 minutes.
What? 37 minutes? That's insane! Cannot take this anymore. I gotta get out of here.
Over here!
What? Hey,
Get up. We're leaving.
what? Okay, how? What? Oh man. Thanks, guys.
That shit was cool as hell. Who is that? Plinkus? That was awesome. I love that. I feel like bad because I wasn't able to like make any commentary on that one, but I was just watching it. But like that was so good. That was so good. Oh my god, I loved that one. That was great. All right, give me another. I guarantee that got us copyright claimed.
It was a beautiful morning in Los Santos. Freight was just finishing a run when he noticed a brown streak. On the
I fucking love this. This is good.
Freight? I can't complain, said Brown Streak, but he said it unconvincingly. Freight wanted to cheer his friend up.
Don't you just hate it when that happens? Relatable content.
Freight wanted to cheer his friend up. And eventually, Brown Streak spoke up. I love my branch line, he said, but I can't help but wonder what's beyond the blockade that stops us from entering Las Venturas. Freight tended to the little brown street and said that sometimes the best travels are those we can only dream about.
Give up on your dreams, kids. You're not going to achieve them. You're just going to end up like this motherfucker. Look at how... Imagine for a second. Imagine for a fucking second, okay? Right? Bad enough that you're a talking sentient train, but you're a talking sentient train with, like, a fucking Ben Affleck chin. Like, get the fuck out of here. Who are you to give life advice to anybody?
But Brown Street wasn't
You fucking freak.
listening. He was too busy thinking about how he was going to charge through that blockade the moment an opportunity arose. Later that day, Brown Street was getting ready for his usual run, where he'd deliver cargo like half a mile down the line, because none of the map was unlocked yet. He was just about to start when he felt something fall onto him. Ah! He looked back. It was one of the local gangmen.
It's fucking amazing.
Members, ow! And another, ah! And another. One of the gang members ran to the front of Brown Street and kindly asked him to drive as fast as he could. Can you do that for me? He asked politely. Oh, yes, Brown Street. While
Can you do that for me?
somehow making eye contact. And just then, a motorbike pulled up alongside Brown Street. And TJ, the driver, left as if to say, this wasn't the first time he'd done this today. Brown Street raced away like never before.
I just clocked that. Oh my god. Ten out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 IGN. Let's go. It is, yeah. It just took me a while to, like, put it all together. That was amazing.
It's time to start my second life. The farming life that I wish for.
We're about to go and harvest some crop.
Oh. Who wants to watch some relaxing anime, people? Join us in Ryan Reacts to YouTube ads. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna set this up. I'm gonna set this motherfucker up. Okay, we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this. Who's ready?
Pius the 13th fell into a coma. You need
And you too.
The Cardinals might try someone more malleable. Who is this new candidate?
What the fuck am I fucking watching? What even is this? Oh.
Good God, no. He's beginning to realize it.
Realize what?
that he has power. Great power.
The fuck is this? I love it. What is it? What movie is this too?
Comes more power.
What is this? Oh, some booty there. My goodness. Is this appropriate for Something Blue Audio? This is a children's channel, don't you know? I feel like this would be 10 times funnier if I like knew what the original show was they were referencing, but that is pretty funny still. And the next one I see is an hour long, and it's called an incredibly short video, and that is a lie. However, I will watch a tiny bit of it because I'm nice. I'm so nice, guys. This was a good mix of videos, though. You guys are weird, but like, I dig it, and that's cool, I guess.
Pokemon is one of those series that is absolutely no stranger to weird controversy. Although like 98% of it is...
I like that he has mudkips on screen as he's saying that. That's a deep cut and very funny, and I respect him.
Admittedly, pardon my French, we're still in the first 30 seconds of the video, pretty freaking stupid. But one subject that's always been brought up frequently is violence. Because there's a certain threshold in which you have to ask yourself, is it just me, or is this entire universe kind of fucked? And nowhere is that more evident than a Pokedex. Okay, hypothetical scenario. You're traveling through Hawaii and you see a sandcastle Pokemon. Your first thought might be...
What is going on here? Where is this going exactly? I'm very confused right now as to why this was sent to me. I'm going to give it another minute or so.
Jeez, Game Freak really ran out of ideas for this one. But excusing your fourth wall breaking comic antics, you're also likely to go, hey Siri, what the fuck is a sandcastle? And you know, it'll cover the basics. This Pokemon was playfully built by children. It likes to shovel on its head. Grudges of the dead have possessed a mound of sand and takes control of anyone who puts their hand into its mouth to fucking consume them. Yeah, this is real, by the way.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
And on that note, for this reason, I decided to read every Pokedex entry in the games to find out the answer to the question that literally nobody was thinking to themselves but me. What Pokemon commit war crimes in the Pokedex?
What? What is happening? I'm clicking on another video. No. I don't know. That is not better. I do not need another sample plugin ad. It's been nothing but sample plugin and motion array for like months now. Ooh! Oh, I love...
Number.
Yay.
SCP-115. Object class. Safe.
I fucking love SCPs!
Special containment procedures. SCP-115-1 is to be stored in the secure vehicle storage facility, in site, where access is restricted unless accompanied by level 3 personnel or higher. SCP-115-2 is currently being kept in a secure drawer of Dr. W's desk, and is not to be used without his explicit approval. Any site staff using SCP-115-2 must return it in a timely manner or face punitive measures. No other special containment procedures are required. Description.
It's a little Tonka boy! It's a little tiny dumper truck. I love him! I want him!
SCP-115-1 is a toy...
He's Lello and everything!
Markers or labels to identify its original manufacturer. However, unlike regular toy dump trucks, SCP-115-1 weighs as much as the actual vehicle it represents. Tons. It is currently unknown why it weighs this much, as analysis of SCP-115-1's composition reveals that it is made of the same commercial plastic commonly found in similar cheap quality toys. SCP-115-1 is also capable of motorized movement and can function exactly like a normal dump truck, excepting the fact that it is several magnitudes smaller. It is controllable by SCP-115-2, which resembles a heavily modified RC car controller.
Alright, the first thing that pops into my head when I'm watching this, okay, is like, you can't put it in the bath with you. Right? Okay. I don't know, man. A Tonka truck would make a great classic Who villain that'd go on the wheel. No!
SCP-115-2 can control SCP-115-2's
Stop it!
movements, despite the fact that SCP-115
Yeah, probably though.
lacks any kind of radio receiver or mechanical parts. SCP-115-2 does not work with any other radio-controlled device, but otherwise functions exactly like a mundane radio controller, even requiring batteries to function properly. Testing has shown that in addition to its abnormal weight, SCP-115-1 also has a similar carrying capacity as its larger counterparts, being able to carry or tow roughly 120 tons of cargo. In addition, SCP-115-1 also apparently...
It's really spooky, but like, it's just a Tonka truck. What's it gonna do to anyone?
needs diesel fuel
Right?
to run properly.
I don't know, it's just me.
There is a small port in its left side that allows fueling, though it stores and consumes as much fuel as a regular dump truck. How it consumes the diesel fuel, as well as where it is stored, are issues currently under study. SCP-115-1 was originally found in a construction site where workers attempted to move it, but found the task impossible due to the fact
I feel like there's a time limit on how long we can go with these videos before I start to drift because I have a tiny attention span. It's pretty interesting though, I guess.
I certainly never would have done it.
Are you kidding? Thanks to you, I had the greatest night of my life.
I should be thanking you. You made me believe in myself again. If there's anything you ever want.
There's one thing. Would you take off your mask for me? I want to know who you really are.
For you, Taina.
Wow, you're Peter Parker. Cool.
Yes, that's who I am.
I'll keep your secret for the rest of my life.
I know, and nothing's going to stop me.
That whole time I was like, what, where's the joke? That was good. That was good. This is the last one I'm doing. And then we're packing up for the evening. Yeah, no, that was really funny. That one was particularly good. This seems like a good one to end it on.
Official bullshit from the government.
Key. And we're in for more of the same, I'm afraid. So keep
Fucking amazing.
those masks handy. They're a must. I know they're not particularly wonderful, but treat them as a fashion accessory. You wouldn't be seen without one. Good evening. Enough Mickey taking from me and my big transponders. I'll be back at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Until then...
I like the air zone solution. I think it comes dangerously close to being good. I just had to get that out of my system.
From me.
We should have a password.
How much it's good.
So, another
Yay! The racist part.
takeaway. What's the dust?
Do you get it? Because Asians talk funny. Ha 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 ha.
You really have no choice, you know. Remember. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
We're relying on you.
What a fucking gold mine.
Very dull news night. Dave.
You told me that it wasn't finished.
Seismic alert. Little overdose. Seismic alert.
Just tell me if I haven't said.
I wish I could say that context made this like make more sense, but it doesn't. I promise you this is more confusing with the context.
Stanwyck?
Yes, I can see him too.
You know what you have to do, don't you?
You are the man of my dreams.
You haven't seen it all yet.
For fuck's sake. Oh god. Yeah, Air's Own Solution is pretty funny. Now, let's just pop this back up here. There we go. Right there. So that we end as we began. Using the ancient storytelling technique of ring composition. Okay. So, had a laugh today. We had some japes. We had some serious times as well. Talking about very serious issues. I know, Steven Moffat jump scare. Blah! I had a good time. I hope that you all had a good time as well. Bye for now. Yeah, this was an alright stream. So tomorrow, tomorrow I'm doing TARDIS Wiki Roulette, but it's going to be a little bit earlier than usual. It's going to be at 5 o'clock GMT. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that turns out. And then after that, hopefully back to normal with like times and shit. So we'll see. And until then, toodles. Bye. Bye.